Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for game number 2 of this best of 3. We're really starting to wind down this qualifier, which feels really weird to say, but spawning in the northwest position of Belshire Vestige, the Red Terran player from Team SCM, it is BravO, and he is up against the green Protoss player from Team CJ Entis. It is herO. So, we are going to be looking at potentially another aggressive game from herO. I think Protoss aggression is just kind of the hallmark of the race, really. Trying to do a little bit of damage early on. BravO is SKT1. Yeah, I'm just looking at the tags. It's really funny because aside from last Pro League season, which was so long ago, a lot of these Kespa players I haven't seen play. But by the way, guys, the gateway is at 13 supply. A little bit less of a hint that he wants to be aggressive this time around. Could still be some sort of fast techie play. We'll have to see how fast he takes the second gas. I think at 15 supply, it almost begs for a very fast double gas, and that's what it will be. Could still be just a 1-gate expand with little gas being mined from those two assimilators, but the options are there. BravO, on the other hand, will open up with this Reaper expand once again. It's just a standard, normal thing to do. Can't really fault anybody for opening up with Reapers on this map. It's pretty small. And if your opponent does try to proxy you, it's not that hard to find it. This SCV will go across the center of the map. The gas, oh wow, it's actually pretty quick 3-3. So 6 probes on gas total means there is certainly a potential for a very fast Stargate. The Reaper will see that there's 2 pylons in the main base, however. So I don't know that... it's an all-in, I guess is what I want to say. Because he can't proxy it since he never sent a probe out of his base. But if BravO doesn't see this pylon... Oh, okay, he does see that pylon. That's very, very important. Tried to actually swing this probe around the side without the SCV seeing the probe leave, so it is still a very fast in-base Stargate. That's actually really cute. The SCV did not see that probe kind of dance around, and because of that, he doesn't know about the Stargate. This Reaper is checking, though. It's really weird, because it puts you in this awkward situation where, as a Terran player, you're like, okay, I really need to scout for that proxy, but the SCV came in and saw it anyway. He knows what's up. Engineering bay immediately planted. And this is exactly what BravO needs to do. Get a missile turret or 2 or 3 or 4. I think 2 is like the minimum. 3 is being really safe by putting 1 by your production so that the Oracle can't completely rip you apart. The Reaper will come in and try to get the follow-up scout on this, or at least see/delay the Nexus. Oracle is on the way. It's very hard for an Oracle not to do damage. Let's just leave it at that. 1 missile turret immediately begins in the main base. The natural is not yet started. So the Oracle should be able to pick off at least an SCV or 2 from the natural, depending on where these guys go as soon as it's over. Missile turret does begin. So let's see what he can do. The Reaper makes it back into the main base, but the Stalker's here to keep that off. He hasn't actually transitioned in anything else. Mothership Core is going to come and add extra harass as well. And I think this missile turret actually finishes just in time for the Oracle, so that's very nice. I'll have to see if anything's open to pick on. I like that he delayed his add-on. He delayed the tech lab just to get a few more Marines. He knows having 6 Marines means he can beat the Oracle head-on. This Mothership Core, though, is basically saying, I've got time warp if you try to move anything. You shouldn't move around too much. And the Oracle already losing a lot of shield points. Force back. Nice. Solid defense from BravO. Didn't lose anything to the Oracle. And I'd say like this gas like mining is a little bit vulnerable when you don't have enough Marines to cover it, which is why he delayed this tech lab so much, delaying his stim. And he goes for the 3rd barracks as well, so that Reaper scout's finally picked off. But he goes for the 3rd barracks rather than getting the factory super late. But I'll have to see. +1 armor is coming in, as well as the Twilight Council. I think what we could actually see from herO is a very fast charge with +2. There's some good attacks. Ooh, really nice maneuver on the Oracle. It's one of those situations where the Oracle didn't get in and kill him by doing a lot of damage, like picking off a lot of SCVs or even the Marines. But he's being active with the Oracles. This is really smart play by herO, just using it to get scouting information since he didn't open up with the robotics facility. But also getting any SCV kills at this point are just a bonus, just from the way that this game started off. So he's continuing to zip around. Needs to be careful. There's very few hit points left on this Oracle. And BravO is just moving his Marines out. He's going to go for a shove. There is enough energy for a Photon Overcharge, as well as many a force field to keep this army away. So I'm not really worried. I think herO has exactly what he needs to defend. And, I mean, BravO's not necessarily vulnerable himself. His starport is beginning about a minute earlier than the last game, which is nice. But here come the Marines, and there's the Photon Overcharge. So something that BravO can actually do with this setup is force another Photon Overcharge in about a minute. If he can get a good position on the high ground to keep the Stalker away from his Marines. And use that position, force out the second Overcharge, and once his medevacs are out, which will be in about another minute or two, then we can see him just try to attack without there being any defensive setup. But herO is moving up to 6 gateways. Ooh, 7, 8 gateways. herO can actually still take a third base behind this, but with the Chrono Boost in charge, the Chrono Boost on the +2 armor, I feel like we could see him just go for a really big charge lot Archon attack. It's a build that's become increasingly popular in recent times, especially versus Terran players. And I'm interested to see what the response from BravO is. He doesn't even have a bunker. Combat shield will be done reasonably soon. He has stim, and the first few medevacs are about to make their way onto the field. Sending some Marines around to scout. This does maybe lend itself towards there being a third base. He hasn't actually warped in any Archons, just Templar. Defensive Photon Cannon, defensive Templar. He's getting ready to catch the medevacs. But this bio army, oh, it needs to be careful. Storm is going to be done in just about a minute or two. This bio army is actually just going to dive on the Nexus. Very brave play. He's trying to kite the Zealots. The +2 armor's not done. Is he going to kill this Nexus? Force field's locking him in. If he kills the Nexus, he's going to lose a lot for it. And it doesn't look like he's actually going to pick it off. Does kill a good number of probes, though. 11 probes have been picked off at the exchange of his entire army. And I don't know how I feel about this. There's still a lot left on the map. This Marine gets picked off. Zealots here. Templar being warped in. This is an awful position to be in. Oh my goodness. Yeah, warps in the Archon. BravO's in some trouble, trying to wall off as fast as humanly possible. I think he's now realizing that not killing that Nexus may have screwed him for this game. And this can be so difficult. Look at this. Did he cancel Storm? No, he didn't cancel Storm. He's just not... He does have one Templar he can use to bring his Storm over there. Just trying to see how many Templar does he have? Yeah, just one. So he made another Archon. And the Zealots having some trouble dealing with this wall. There's lots of SCVs here to repair. And herO tried to commit to this attack. Not really able to do anything just yet. Important to note that there's no third command center, though. So if he starts this third Nexus up, he's still okay. And herO is okay. Because BravO's semi-committed this 2-base defensive setup. Loads up the drops. Of course, wants to get that pylon. I think I might even see those Zealots. Yeah, he's going to grab these. It's a good pickup. Third command center is on the way. A little bit behind that Nexus. I think the biggest problem in this game right now for BravO is that herO has his +3 armor almost halfway done, and he only has +1 attack. If you're down 2 upgrade levels, good luck killing Zealots. That's all I have to say. We'll be able to pick off the proxy pylon on the right side at least. He actually brought the army over to protect that pylon, which is nice. And then he's just going to drop on it again, abusing the Protoss mobility. So very, very good play from BravO to be able to pick off all these pylons. Third command center. It's important to note it's not only late, but yeah, there's just scan into the main. Probably looking for robotics facility transition. But not only is the third command center late, it's also very far away from the third location, which a Zealot is blocking. So He's going to have a pretty difficult time, I feel, actually spotting this. Does do a drop in the main base. Picks off the pylon powering the Stargate. Actually prevents a few Zealots from getting warped in. And then just lifts up and boosts away. Pretty nice. Now the Robotics Bay is coming in, though. So we'll see a Colossus transition. We have a Warp Prism on the map, which should help with either the Storm drops or just big Zealot harass. And he can kill the Stargate from the low ground, which is kind of neat. This Stargate's pretty much served its purpose this game. It doesn't actually have any more of a role. So, I guess it's something that he doesn't want to lose, but... well, he does defend it. He needs to watch his army position, though. There are ghosts on the map. Those EMPs can really put a dent in a Protoss Death Ball, that is for sure. The Templar being spread out by herO is very smart. He doesn't have them all clumped up together. But he does need to watch out for the snipes. The ghosts are trying to move forward. Gets one snipe. Not able to grab the second one. The force fields lock the ghosts in, and he does kill those. At the same time, there is a drop in the main base. The Warp Prism's trying to make its way over towards the main base of BravO. And BravO's going to just go ham on this third Nexus. He's running forward. He's got it down to no health. Picks it off. Very nice catch for the Terran player. And he's still in the main base. And he should be able to grab a gateway kill, which is nice. So at least limiting the production of our Protoss player a little bit more. Trying to repower some of the facilities. But, herO's making the best of this situation. He's moving forward, trying to get some force fields on this army. BravO coming in with the flank. He's going to have a full surround almost on this army. Great storm, picking off a lot of the Marines that were clumped up. But there's only one storm left, and the Marauders are trying to focus it down. That +3 armor is starting to pay off really big, but the Zealot count quite low. That losing that third base, such an economic blow to the Terran player as rallying reinforcements. Really nice storm actually hits a ton of that bio. But I think the medevac count is just so damn high. Every one of these, he actually has a medevac for each one of his fighting units here. And even these Archons have a difficulty picking them off. Zealot Warpins in the main base, continuing. Trying to grab SCV kills as well as maybe anything expensive like these ghosts. Still hasn't actually taken the third. BravO's been kept off of his third base for a little while, which I think is the saving grace of herO. The fact that BravO has no third. But once his 2-2 finishes, these fights are going to go a lot better for him. The Zealot's still here, just going ham on these SCVs. And now the Marauder finally arrives. But here's the army, or at least the quasi-army of BravO. He wants to maybe jump on this third one more time. There is a Templar. Does not get the storm off, so good pickup. Trade a Marine or two for the Templar. Not bad. Zealots will shove this back a little bit more, though. I don't think he's going to be able to make anything happen here just yet. Now, BravO does actually have a lot of stuff. So many medevacs, really, for this army. His good ghost count. Now, actually wondering, where is... yeah, I think his Viking count. Starting them up a little bit too late. The army is small, but there are Colossi here. This flank could seal the deal, however. He needs perfect storms, and he really needs to watch out for these ghosts. The EMP hitting the sentries, not hitting those Templar just yet. If the Colossi can stay away from the Bio Ball, he should be okay. He does have the extended thermal lance. He's trying to snipe the natural Nexus, and it looks like he's actually just going to be... BravO's just picking up Nexi and just moving away. What an annoying style. I think as a Protoss player, this is the kind of stuff you want to meet the Terran player in real life and punch him in the face for. But despite BravO's damage done, he's still even on supply with the Protoss, which is good for herO and starting to eke ahead barely. A huge Zealot Warping being sent towards that third. And this is actually going to cause him a lot of trouble. The army's trying to pressure the front. The Templar not able to make anything happen here. With 3 Colossi. The anti-air is quite limited, but as long as he can keep away from the bio, he's vaporizing this Terran army. The Zealots are all over the SCVs of the third. herO seems to be defending reasonably well. He just needs to keep these Vikings out of his hair. All the bio is gone. And that's it. He's just got a couple Vikings. These Zealots moving into the third base. That +3 armor making them incredibly difficult to deal with. Still not mining at that third command center anymore. The medevacs are headed back, but this is a very tense situation to be in because he still has a third base mining. herO, I think, is in a fantastic spot. These Zealots will get picked off, but he does have the War Prism available to go for the drop in the main base. And I think with only 29 SCVs, this game is just getting harder and harder for BravO as it goes on. He's had a much better chance to show that macro off in this game. but he hasn't had the opportunity. We'll go up to about 6 Vikings, so it just really comes down to the amount of anti-air that herO can get, because he has all the tech unlocked. He just needs to secure additional production, additional economy, and here we see that economy. The 4th base. If he gets this 4th base up, I think BravO is almost going to be boned. He will get his +3 attack, which is a, one of the most important upgrades, I think, in Terran vs Protoss, just because of how difficult it is to kill zealots with Marines and Marauders. Cleans up another zealot from that 3rd base. A bunker. He's really worried about this now. His mineral income is actually being used. What's this? This Colossus? No, you don't want to go here. No. Oh my goodness, herO is gonna regret this. Oh no. How does that even happen? Poor guy got rallied onto the zealot. Oh, and picked off for free. And look at this. BravO's probably like, look, I'm just going to snipe another Nexus and back off, dude, if that's cool with you. That's cool. I'm just going to kill a Nexus and run for it. This army is, it's pretty small compared to the army supply, mostly because of the number of medevacs. The Ghost gets sniped, which is really nice. But that anti-air is so limited. Storms the Vikings. Very nice. The Archon's trying to get on top of them as well, but only 1 Colossus remaining. These Zealots have to basically do all the heavy lifting, chasing these units down, but all the Vikings are dead, which is also really important. Does sneak into Ghost from the back to get the EMP off. But that 4th Nexus is done, and he just needs to hold on to this 4th base. More Templar, more Zealots being warped in. I don't think he can try to dive the Nexus in a situation like this. There's the feedbacks. EMPs hit all the Templar, morphs into Archons, and this is where he needs that positioning. A lot of these medevacs are under fire. Pulling the Zealots away. That +3 attack is really helping BravO out. And BravO is starting to tilt this game in his favor. He's doing it. He's making it happen with just endless, relentless aggression towards herO's base. The natural Nexus is picked off, as well as a ton of probes. And he does have some mining at that 4th base. The 3rd base a bit oversaturated. Can't really do too much. He has to rebuild the robotics facility. And this medevac count has just done a great job of keeping the forces of BravO alive. herO cannot keep up production. Archon gets picked off. That's the last big expensive unit that he has, and he's just warping in +3 Zealots, which won't be able to do enough versus this. I think BravO's done it. I think BravO's managed to tie this series up. GG. herO has to give in, and BravO, man, what a back and forth game. Really, really good game from both players. In all honesty, I really love seeing that harass, but BravO did not give up. He played patiently despite being +1 attack versus +3 armor, and yeah, just good game.